On behalf of my colleagues and myself, let me begin by saluting all of you, and particularly that wonderful group of individuals who just spoke up here on the panel. So I want to thank all of you because, as all of us know, the whole Middle East seems to be inflamed. Instability in the Middle East is a threat to global stability around the world. I want to salute you to keep up your advocacy, because your advocacy is more important now than ever before. You cannot look at any of the turmoil in the Middle East today and not see the fingerprints of the mullahs in Tehran on each and every crisis throughout the Middle East. So, in a very real sense, all of you are helping to shape policy towards Iran, but in a real sense, shape policy that is going to affect not only the Middle East, but as we know, Iran's policy is affecting global security. So you are here today, maybe as part of the Iranian diaspora, but as you've heard me say on many previous occasions, Man Irani Hastam. And I may not look Iranian. Our next speaker may not look Iranian, but you know what? We all are human beings. And this struggle that is right now your struggle in Iran is and must be all of our struggle if we care about 80 million human beings confined in their country under suppression and torture, the likes of which we can't even imagine. And that is why I think it's so appropriate that we begin today paying tribute, as the young lady representing the young Californians from the Iranian-American community mentioning the 30,000 martyrs who were killed 25 years ago this summer. So consistent with the traditions of the Iranian resistance, which is to stand up and clap on behalf of all of those martyrs, including the 30,000 that we're going to acknowledge right here. I'd like to ask all of you to stand up and clap for those martyrs. For their persistence, for their dedication, for their commitment. Thank you very much. We clap for them so that they and their families will always know, because they are still present with us today in this movement, that they will not be forgotten, and that whatever sacrifice we make will be that inconsistent with all of those who fought for freedom in Iran before. And of course, today, most notably those who are in Camp Liberty and Ashraf, who continue to be threatened because they stand for freedom in Iran. President Rouhani, the one everyone says is a moderate, lest we forget the background of President Rouhani. He's appointed the chief architect of that massacre. What does that say about the moderate Rouhani? What kind of company does he keep? He appoints as his attorney general this war criminal. Who does he appoint as his defense minister? The very man who was responsible for the bombings of the Khobar Towers that killed Americans and killed innocent civilians in other attacks that he authorized. That's his minister of defense. And now we wonder, what is going to be this moderate's position on internal security, and what is going to be this moderate Rouhani's position on foreign affairs? Well, he's appointed a war criminal as head of his internal security, and he's appointed a war criminal in charge of his international defense policy. Is it any wonder that when he took over as the new moderate president of Iran, that he doubled down the death squads in Syria, defending Assad's brutal dictatorship in Syria? Is it any wonder the bombs that are going off every day in Iraq are being fueled by the IRGC? This is his record. Rouhani may well be Obama's best chance to wait out the construction of a nuclear weapon, because Rouhani knows how to dance around the West and Western leaders by lying to them and then winning elections with the support of Khomeini, the supreme leader, by saying that he duped the West, that he lied to the West. And my friends, you are the ones to help take the veil of propaganda off this regime and show the American people and show the world who is really still running this country that has claimed the lives of so many of your family members and so many of your countrymen. So that is why we are here today. In remembering the past, we remember the past so that we're not doomed to repeat our past mistakes. You are the ones who are going to make the difference because of your political action to that being a question that's going to be answered before it ever is even asked.